Welcome, guys. I got Chuck here from Alaskan Ballistics. He was kind enough to let me use his Gen 4 Glock 20, and I have the Gen 5 Glock 20. Now, he almost didn't let me shoot the video because we don't suggest you shoot hardcast through a standard Glock barrel. Is that correct?
That's correct.
We'll just have to clean them really well.
Clean them really well. Yeah. It's less of the hardcast itself and more of the barrel being not fully supported, and you have a very high pressured round.
Yeah, because this is pretty much the hottest of the factory stuff because it's 220 grain buffalo bore. Right. Now, the reason I'm testing this is, at least with the Gen 4 Glock 20 I had, it was more reliable. We've had a few malfunctions with this Gen 5, haven't we?
Yes, but those are mostly because you hadn't cleaned them.
That's true. That's true. So this has been cleaned, but not recently. I didn't clean it this morning.
Hey, do you need a 20-ton jack for that bus I threw you up under there?
Yeah,
sorry.
I might. So we're going, this stuff is expensive, so I got 10 rounds in each magazine, Gen 4 and Gen 5. Lately, when people have been asking me what to get for a Glock 20, I've been saying that I've had more reliability with the Gen 4.
Yeah, I can see that. I did a video on your Gen 5. You graciously let me do it. It was the best video on my channel last year. Thank you. Here he is being gracious, and I throw him up under the bus, right?
Every time.
Every time. Anyway, I didn't have any issues with this Gen 5 because we cleaned it before we shot it.
And I noticed that after cleaning, I didn't have issues. Last week, I did have one jam with 220 grain in this, so I'm a little nervous. I am expecting the Gen 4 to do better, but this has also been Cerakoted, and I know sometimes that can cause problems. I think you've worked it in pretty good, though, right?
Yeah, so the only jams I've had is one when we were doing that bear charging drill on your channel.
Yeah.
I had a jam going in and my magazine fell out, and that was because I somehow, with my grip, hit the magazine release button in my stress. So I want to get a little stiffer spring in here myself.
Yeah.
And then I've had some hand loads that were a little too long that it didn't like to feed, but that's, my fault. So,
okay.
Yeah, but other than that, I've not had any issues with it, except for putting in the 6-inch barrel. When I put the 6-inch barrel in it, and that's a Glock factory 6-inch barrel for my G40, when I put the 6-inch barrel in it, I've had some issues, especially with extreme defenders and extreme penetrators.
All right.
Something about the bullet profile it doesn't like.
Okay. Without further ado, I want to go ahead and shoot 10 rounds of the buffalo bore in each pistol. Do you want to do the honors of shooting it?
Well, I've already proved I shot better than you, but...
That's true.
Yeah, so...
All right, and we're also going to chrono them, and it'll be interesting to see if Gen 5 or Gen 4 gets better velocity than the other.
It will. And by the way, this Garmin chronograph is provided with help by Alaskan Ammo, or excuse me, cut that out.
Arctic Ammo.
Arctic Ammo in Wasilla and Reloading has helped us out with a little bit of my channel with that chronograph there, the Garmin X0, which is the bee's knees of chronographs.
Those guys are so cool, even though they laughed at me when you beat me up with that Mosin outside in their parking lot.
Would you quit telling that joke?
Sorry. All right, let's do it. Which one do you want to shoot first?
Let's do your Gen 5.
All right, let's do the Gen 5.
I'm pretty sure it jammed because Chuke was limp twisting. What do y'all think? Put it in the comments.
Maybe.
Okay, he's got a nice Wolf X0 on here from the Siley Optics. All right.
1136.
1136 on the chrono.
1123.
1123. This thing's dropping way low. Yeah, you're not sighted in with this red dot for this ammo.
1127. Nice group though. 1126.
Yep. It's consistent velocity.
1121. 1150.
No more dot.
Okay.
Your dot has
died.
It looks like the battery tray came out here on that Seedly Optics.
1111.
There it is. It's back on.
1134. 1129. 1126. Okay, impressive. We didn't have any malfunctions with the hot 220 grain buffalo bore.
I wasn't firing as fast as you did, but it definitely, no malfunctions. Definitely doesn't like the speed in the Glock.
And once again, that's probably around 630 foot-pounds of energy, which is really good.
Yeah, it's, well, the penetration is what matters, not the foot-pounds of energy. Foot-pounds of energy is icing on the cake. If you can get over 600 and you got a bullet that penetrates really well, yeah. I think you're doing all right.
All right, let's go for the Gen 4.
The world's ugliest Glock Gen 4, the world's ugliest Glock 20 with this extremely ugly paint job. Matches my face. Here we go. See, I can insult myself too. Self-deprecating humor.
That's right.
Yeah. 1140.
Wow.
1118. So it's in the same.
1128. 1131. 1117. 1117. 1139.
We got a jam.
Oh, man. Gen 5 wins.
Gen 5 wins right now. Of course, this isn't clean. And I don't really want to show it too much because you can see it's a failure to extract. That's what that is.
Wow.
That's the empty case. Primer pockets hit. It's a failure to extract. So it either broke my extractor, which it doesn't look like that happened, or it just failed to extract because of the recoil. Yeah.
I was expecting the Gen 5 to fail, to tell you the truth. Wow.
Not a terrible malfunction, not a, game changer gunsmith one, but
yeah.
It's still not good. And I've never had any issues with lower grain bullets.
Right.
Like I shoot 180 grain CKB hardcast hand loads.
Yeah.
And this thing loves those, and
right.
they work really well.
Yeah.
But that's one thing when the 220s are just iffy if they're going to feed on a lot of things. The only thing they're going to be the only thing you can guarantee they're going to feed in is the 10 millimeter revolver.
Right.
So.
1123. 1124. 1127. And it held open 1148.
It held open, yep.
All right, well, that just goes to show the 10 millimeter was made for 180 ball ammo that's fairly stout. It wasn't, once you push it with 220, I wouldn't carry 220 in the woods.
200 Underwood hardcast that's coated. That's the only things I would carry.
Absolutely.
And like I carry my 180 grain CKB hardcast because they feed well. They're a little bit harder than Underwood, and they penetrate deeper in my tests. And I just think they're overall a much better. Much better. I will notice that I think the Gen 5 wins all the way around. One, it's more comfortable because it's easier to shoot. You got your optics platform, but the velocities were more consistent.
Yeah.
They weren't. I didn't have as many high readings. Like right now, the last shot was 1148.4, which I'm looking at right now.
Right.
That's a high reading, and so technically the Gen 4 had a little bit more power, not enough to make a difference. Okay. But we had more consistent readings with that marksmanship barrel they have or whatever with the Gen 5.
Yeah.
So I like the Gen 5 a little bit better.
I like the trigger on the Gen 5 a little better.
Airplane noise.
Yeah.
Gotta love airplane noise. Yeah. The trigger's definitely better. It feels less bulky with the grip. And, this one is the world's ugliest Glock 20 jams.
Yeah, so I was not expecting it, so I may start telling people Gen 5, but definitely go with 200 grain hardcast.
Yeah, I think the ammo choice is more important than Gen 4, Gen 5. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so 200 grain Underwood hardcast. I've got some with me. You want to shoot 5 rounds from each?
We could. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. And so that came out of the same box, too. So it does show that the spread is worse. Definitely subscribe to Alaskan Ballistics. At the beginning of the video, I've thrown a link up there, but this will be interesting because I don't expect to have any malfunctions in the coated 200 grain hardcast, and this is what we like.
Yeah.
Lipstick rounds.
Yep. I like my CKB ones. They're black coated.
Yeah.
So I call them the goth lipstick rounds.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. You need to buy some brass so I can load you up a bunch of them.
I have like 30 rounds you've already loaded me. That'll be my carry for the woods.
Yeah. So I wish I'd brought some with me today. I've been shooting them up. That's the problem with all those CMMG and videos and stuff.
Yep. Well, this will be interesting to see what kind of velocity and how they do.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, Gen 4 first. $12.13.
$12.13.
It's not terrible. 1200. Oh, I got a failure to extract here too.
Oh boy.
I got some issues.
This may be a Gen 4 fail video.
Gen 4 fail. Another one. Same issue. Failure to extract.
I think it's the pistol itself. That anytime you Cerakote a Glock 10 millimeter, you could have problems. That Gen 4 I had was really solid. I never had any malfunctions.
$11.94.9. 1201.
1201.
So right at 10 millimeter power, 1200, 200 grain at 1200. That's good.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Gen 5.
Gen 5. $12.13.
1202. 1199.
1224. 1211.
Again, this one actually had a little bit more speed, more consistency, and no jams. It's only 5 rounds. I didn't want to shoot my whole box. I got to shoot some other things with it today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely saying the Glock Gen 5 wins over Gen 4.
I'd have to say that too. It surprised me. I thought it would be the other way around.
Yeah, I thought it would be too, but that gun's more comfortable to shoot. I'm more accurate with it, even though this is my gun and I've shot it more.
Yeah.
I do shoot more accurately with red dots. I have a problem. I haven't trained enough to acquire them quickly.
Yeah.
But I shoot more accurately with them.
Same.
And yeah, I definitely think that the Gen 5 is the way to go.
Yeah, same here. So everybody subscribe to Alaskan Ballistics here on YouTube, and we'll keep making videos.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, look, get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10 millimeter. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you all die every time.